Hey all, I'm sitting here in the STEMFuse training office and I've had a lot of you ask me questions as to ways to organize your lesson plans. So I'm going to show you the materials you need to do that. First of all, you are going to need a manila folder, and I recommend ones with the prongs in them. And if you use the ones with the prongs, then you're going to want to go to like Office Max or Staples, and you're going to get one of these. It's a 2-hole puncher instead of a 3-hole punch. It's like $16. Well worth it. Just get one for your whole building. Basically what you're going to do is every week, just once a week, you are going to run off your Read It lesson plans. And because there are different tiers and you're working with all the different tiers, you are going to want to make sure you run off those. So you'll run off Tier 1, Tier 2, and then this happens to be first grade, so there's a Tier 1A. Sometimes some of you have Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to 2-hole punch my, do this here, my lesson plans. I think I'm going to do them one at a time just to make sure I get it right. There we go. Ta-da! And then what you're going to want to do is you are going to want to put your lesson plan on the right side of the folder. And then on the left side of the folder, you can make for yourself some of these. These are teacher note sheets. And what I did is I simply followed my lesson plan. So for example, this one starts with phonemic awareness. So then I had this one start with phonemic awareness. And I just put on there what I want to record every day. So I want to know how many did the students get right out of 5 for blocks. And how do they do in the word maker square, and which games do I do? And so that I can just quickly circle it, I just put setup, flip 1, flip 2 on here so I can circle it really quickly. Which phonics rule am I working on? How did they do in fluency? How did they do in symbol imagery? Like how many did they get right on see and read? How many did they get right on see and spell? And so if you want a digital copy of this, you can just email me and I will send you a template so that you can kind of mess around with it and make it your own. I've made a few templates. So I'm just going to 3-hole punch this one as well. And stick that in here. Excuse me, 2-hole punch. And now what I can do is every day when I'm doing my lesson plans, I will have this folder with me, and I will have my lesson plans on one side and my notes here. And then as I'm teaching day 1, I'm going to write how my students did. Now this is what I'm going to be having for, this is my Tier 1A group. So on my folder, I want to write Tier 1A, so that every time my Tier 1A group comes up, I'm going to pull up this folder. If I have a Tier 2 group, then I'm going to put my Tier 2 lesson plans in here in this one and do the same thing and label it Tier 2 and so on. So really, I only need 3 manila folders per classroom. So if you're building principal, you only need to buy 1 box of these pronged folders for your whole building. So it's really economical. And then this way I have a place so I can know how I did every day. So I can look back, because what I'm going to do is on the next day, I'm going to take another one of these teacher note sheets, 2-hole punch it, and stick it right over so that I can look back and see how my students have done. So therefore, when it comes time for parent-teacher conferences, I have everything recorded right in one place. Hope this was helpful, and have a great day.